Hello, welcome to Two Beards Podcast. We're a podcast that provides deep education on cars and
Movies.
movies and art and
Daily tips.
daily tips for hygiene and drinking Elysian 50 Shades of Green fresh hop pails. Yeah, I'm your host, Levi.
I'm the other one, Nick.
And he's our guest.
Yep. First time.
It's my first time pouring this beer,
Apparently.
Actually,
It's the ball, man. The ball fucked
the ball is ball.
It's very ball. There's no balling around it.
I mean, it just looks pretty though.
It is very neat. Scientifically speaking, beautiful.
I surprisingly didn't actually get like as much as I thought I was gonna get all over the place.
You didn't get any anywhere.
No, I got a little like on my fingers.
Okay, but yeah, that's it. How's it smell? I got a little bit on my fingers too. It smells pretty good.
Can't tell if it smells like wings or like beer. And this is like not conducive for smelling the beer.
Not a little bit.
So
let me tell you right now,
deeply relying on you on this.
I'll tell you right now, you don't want to smell this one. It smells a little funky, right?
What I am smelling doesn't smell bad. It smells like maybe like a little leafy.
Does mine smell the same as yours?
No. Yours got like some sharp edges, like perfumey,
right?
Almost.
Yeah, but like
interesting. So neither of us have had this beer.
Nope.
Yet. And Elizabeth has had one. She liked it.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that means anything.
No, just like the title.
I don't know.
After our first sip evaluations is where I was getting with that. My brain was already to the valuations, and so I sip shit.
Are you sure you don't think this beer is shit and just a little Freudian slip?
Could be. It's not my favorite.
I will say,
it's very fine.
Green, great color. I love the color green.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh.
Just like a nice forest, like this little hop that they got going on, this like foresty green in there.
Very pleasant.
It's really nice. I love those deep greens.
Well, it's accented really nicely by the yellows, right?
Yeah, it does help it out.
Yeah,
I like the can design.
It did good.
So it's like got a little like. They've got some action in the bedroom.
Oh yeah, pants are undone.
I mean, you see like a tie on the bedpost and some handcuffs
with another hop
blindfolded.
Yeah, it's a bit kinky.
So it's a bit 50 Shades of Grey, but green.
50 Shades of Grained.
You know what? It's first thought.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I'm like, it's not bad. It's a beer. It's a pale ale.
Tell you right off the bat with this title, I really was hoping it was going to be more bitter.
You're hoping for a little kink?
I was hoping for some kinks. Like some 420 Blaze It Stone.
What was our other Elysian beer that we had?
Don't know if it had a name other than like Fresh Hop.
No, it did. Because I kept forgetting its name.
Oh, Straddle.
Yes.
Straddle something.
Also very unimpressed by that beer. So
I think that one's worse than this one.
I agree. But
DBH, Elysian really, I mean, the best things they got going for them are Space Dust and Dayglow, in my opinion. I'm sure you agree.
I could go for a Dayglow right now.
So good.
Even while drinking this, I could go for a Dayglow right now.
So good, buddy.
It's not hoppy. I mean, I get it. It's a pale ale, but like...
is it really pale ale?
It is a pale ale.
Well,
so that might help put it in perspective a little bit.
A little bit.
But, I don't know, man. I don't know.
But then that's the thing for me too. Is like so far it's like this has more IPA flavors going on.
It does. It's not very like you got to back up the lack of bitterness with like some juice.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling a lot of juice
Or
either.
crispness, like
it's just very, very watery.
Tastes like a very like dull IPA.
Yep.
So a little disappointed. It's fine. I don't dislike it by any means.
Continue drinking it.
Was a CSA.
CSA, you could never drink another one of those again, and you'd be happy.
Yeah, I don't want that. It's not good. Not good. So I was unaware, but as it was brought to my attention, I remember the first series coming out. I guess the second series of the Xbox Elite controller had come out now.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking cool.
They are real dope.
Holy shit. Like,
I've never had the Elite.
No, me neither.
I've used one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're what you'd expect. Now, the buttons on the back, because I've never used one, I was like a little.
What?
I didn't do that.
Are they triggers and bumpers, or
they're
what are
like they're like triggers, but they're like they're magnetically clipped on.
Okay.
Like very like Apple-esque.
Yeah.
So you can remove them easily, but then I think you can actually configure them for triggers or buttons.
Interesting.
As like quick actions.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, because that's what I've heard. It's like I think of it as like a, like I don't know if you did much paintballing back in your day.
Not really. A couple matches.
So like, there would be like some, and I'm sure like real guns have them too, but they have like those like electric triggers where it's like the tap of a feather and it like shoots it.
Yeah.
So that's what I imagine these as, where it's like you just barely touch them and they go off. Whereas like a trigger is more of like a real pull.
Probably. I don't really, because I just didn't.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I only used it like once or twice, so I was like, I don't know what these are, but this controller feels great.
Right, and that's my thing too. And then so another thing that I noticed that I loved was that you could adjust not only could you adjust like the knobs on the joysticks, but the joystick height.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking sick. Like, I thought that was really cool. It's nice. I appreciate all the attention to detail.
I had, for the Xbox 360, I had like a actual gaming controller that was made from, like, do you remember like Mad Catz had like the shitty Xbox controllers?
Oh, yeah, like the blue ones?
Yeah, that would just like break in like 3 seconds.
They were huge.
They were massive. Way too big. Like, just not comfortable. So, this was also a third party, but it was like a third party that was like, I'm making these better.
Yeah.
And that thing was like, it was wired, but it had like a really nice like nylon cable kind of wire, and same kind of thing. Adjusted like the height and the certain, like you could unscrew the joysticks or whatever, and had different like grip options, and dude, it was nice. And that's how I'm like the Elites are. It's just like everything about it is just like it feels perfect.
Yeah. D-pad I thought was super cool. It looked very fluid, whereas like I feel like the stock D-pads are just very like,
you fuck up so much with them.
You do. Yeah, they're not very precise.
But I heard these, though they like look weird because they're like circular. They're actually like pretty easy to use. So that's cool.
Yeah, it seems like you can almost like swivel on it more than like a normal D-pad.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Because it's like on a normal D-pad, like you really feel that like shift and clicks between the directions. So it looks really nice. I was very impressed with it. However, it's like
a lot of money.
It was like $200. Yeah, it's rough. And they're like sold out everywhere.
Oh, I believe it.
They're on
People love their Elite controllers.
Yeah.
But good news is this probably means the other Elite controllers can be cheaper.
True, it is. It's like $50. So that's pretty great. There's really not a whole. I mean, people would probably argue with me, but it didn't look like there were a whole lot of additions from Series 1 to 2.
No, I can't remember the differences. There are some, but like
it seemed like the actual like hand grips on them were slightly different. But I mean, on the Series 1, like it still looked pretty decent. Like I wasn't mad about it.
The thing that's like concerning though, right, is that next year at this time we'll have a new console
for Xbox.
Yeah.
The controllers are probably gonna be about the same, right?
Probably, and they'll probably work too. Like since technology, I feel like between the 360 in the Xbox One, like there was a massive change in technology. Like everything's now USB, and now we have USB-C, but generally like things are like protocols and stuff are pretty like set now. So I feel like nothing like that is going to change too much.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Even like design wise, so like I think of like PlayStation, like really haven't changed their controllers much since the original PlayStation even.
Yeah. Now the N64.
Did you send me the pictures or I saw one recently where someone was like, PlayStation controllers, they look almost the exact same. Xbox controllers, for the most part the same. The first ones are a couple like more bulky. And then it's like Nintendo, and it's like, what the fuck happened there, man? There's no standard.
The Nintendo 64.
What goes even back?
Does it go to the
like original Super Nintendo, where it's like a rectangle,
and then you have the Nintendo 64. Then you have the GameCube, which is like a pretty
that's nice
controller.
I like that one.
And then you have the
Wii.
The Wii. So just the two things, and then there's the Wii U, which is the same. Now they have the Switch. Which, like it's just make up your fucking minds.
Like find something that works and stick with it. Honestly, the Wii controllers were pretty shitty though.
They and destructive. Like
honestly,
so many videos of people like throwing their Wiimotes into the TV.
Yeah,
and just the name Wiimote. Just
is this a toy or is this what are we dealing with here? I don't understand.
Nintendo's interesting, man. It just feels so like it is, but it just feels so Japanese.
The fact,
like whereas Sony doesn't feel incredibly Japanese.
No, not at all. Honestly, well, maybe not at all, but yeah, it doesn't feel incredibly Japanese. But the fact, what always gets me the most is that it took them. I mean, when did the Switch come out? 2018, 2017?
I can't remember. Something like that.
The past couple of years. Is the first time they've had fucking something with HDMI. Like
that's a little ridiculous.
What?
Like you remember when like the Wii couldn't play DVDs?
Yeah, that too.
It's like it had a full-on disc drive.
This is so useless.
Could not play DVDs.
Such a useless console, honestly.
And a great console, but like, I mean, like the problem with the Wii is like it had like one game, right? It had the Wii Sports. I don't think I played anything else. I was like, I enjoy playing
the Mario game on there was pretty cool.
I played Mario.
But they usually do pretty well with those.
I didn't enjoy Super Smash on it.
No, me neither. It was actually really difficult.
Like the having the two controllers, it was just odd.
I'm honestly also not a fan of if you're having two separate controllers. I don't like one having a joystick on it.
Yeah,
it's really awkward.
Well, and especially when it's like
so small,
that kind of game where you want like both of your hands, like it has nothing to do with the motion of the controller, right?
No, yeah.
So like having the two separate, like that's where I think the Switch did a really good job, is because you could put them together.
Yes, 100%. Well, and that's how I feel with joysticks. So if I go like up left in my left hand, like my whole hand, like whoa, what the fuck? Like I can't hold on to this thing.
It's like when you first start out driving. I don't know if you've experienced this, but when you first start out driving, you can't like control your head movements separate from your hands. So you look left and your hands would turn left. I don't know if you had that same.
100%. Yeah, they're just like they work together. There's no separating them.
There's because there's never any need before, and now you can just do that.
But absolutely, yeah. I very vividly remember like having to look, especially on my driver's side, look out my back window for like changing lanes.
Yeah, like doing this whole thing.
Horrifying. It was such a bad time.
You're like basically going.
I was like, I'm already here, so I haven't bothered to look. Oh man,
learning to drive, man,
getting me fired up already about all this bullshit that is included with transportation in this fucking state. Jesus Christ,
dude, I feel so. You know what? Never mind.
No. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
That's right. We don't even have to spend a lot of time here. We can stop whenever we want. Go ahead.
Okay. So, sorry if you disagree with me. You're wrong. But
maybe
Department of Transportation is fucked over taxpayers with this whole tab thing. Yeah.
Go ahead.
It cost me like $300 to renew my tabs for little stickers.
Yes.
On my license, like $300.
Yes.
To pay
for nothing.
For maybe one day a train will exist that I can ride from Tacoma to Seattle.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. And like I get it. Trains are cool. I'm a fan. Like Chicago.
Done well.
Big fan.
Yeah, they're great.
But like that's the issue that I have is it's not funded on the merit of building a train. They're not like, hey, we're building a train. This is how much it's going to cost. We're just going to tax you outright through whatever methodology. They're like, hey, how about we sneak it into your tabs and we approximate the valuation of your car based off of another government agency that you can't trust.
Yep.
And just fuck you over.
Because like
my car could be totaled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Totaled, worth nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to renew the tabs to get it to a car shop, and my tabs will still cost me $300. Mm-hmm. My car's worth nothing. My car could be worth negative money. Yep. Still costs me there's no objectiveness about it other than like, here, let's sneak this in. So
to fill up their own pockets.
So people who drive cars can pay for this thing that they will not use.
But that's the problem. That is the problem.
No, I agree.
It's not going towards that. And I know for a fact it's not, because that shit would be way better if all this money was going to that.
You've been here for like 3 days. Not really, but like
yeah,
like 4 months.
Yeah.
And you see the mess that is I-5.
It's an absolute
and that has existed for as long as I've lived.
That's what you told me. You said they were done with it, and like a week later, they're like, well, it's not working out, so we gotta change it back to the way it was.
Like, things have probably changed like 3 or 4 times since you've even moved here.
Absolutely.
And like, seemingly no progress has been made.
None at all.
And it's like, why do I have to put money to that? To that mess?
There is a better way of doing it, and it's not happening. And that's what I'm saying is none of the money that our tabs are coming from, it's not going to that shit. It's literally going in people's pockets. It's going in these goddamn politicians' pockets, and that's the way they can sneak it in to make you believe that that's where it's going towards. And they put cones up on the freeway like they're doing work.
So we just passed an initiative, because voting was done like.
Did it pass?
2 days ago. Yes, it passed.
Fuck yes, buddy.
For $35 car tax.
Yes.
People in Washington are furious.
Fuck them.
I know, right?
Hear me out. Oh my god, I was talking to my brother about this.
It's so fucking crazy.
This is one of the phrases that people would say that freaks me, that pisses me the fuck off. They say, "Oh, our state now is going to be losing $328 million in revenue a year." No,
you haven't had it yet.
You're just not gaining it. You still have your budget in place. You're still getting money in. You're just not going to have your pockets as full as they used to be.
Yeah, no, it's...
Jesus
Sorry
Christ.
for getting political on this episode, but like...
I'm glad this came up
taxes.
Because I kind of wanted to talk about this, like, coming up here.
We get one episode, right?
We get one. It was literally my thought on my way here, and I was like, I remember one time I brought something up political, and Levi's like, all right, we'll talk about this for a second, but fuck politics.
Yeah.
But, so, I'm glad we talked about it, because I wanted to talk about it. And
I'm also fired up because, like, it was either last night or the night before, and I almost sent you this video by someone on Twitter, also a YouTuber. If I was better at being a YouTuber, we'd, like, show the clip or whatever, but, we're not.
Mm-hmm.
So, he just goes on a rant. He's a libertarian dude, and he just goes on a rant, and he's like, fuck these bitch-ass roads! And I'm just like, yes.
Yeah.
Because he goes on about, like, he's saying that anyone who brings up libertarianism, people's first response is like, who's going to pay for the roads then? And he's like, this is fucking level 1 shit. And mostly, like, what people bring up is, like, same thing. Our roads are bitch-ass roads.
Yeah.
They're maintained by the government, who's had, like, this exorbitant amount of money from your...
Absolutely.
Taxing and the fucking $400 car tabs and all this stuff. Yet, like, bro, my street fucking sucks right outside my house.
Yep, absolutely.
You drive 3 blocks and every road you touch fucking sucks.
Yep. You don't even have, and a lot of these roads you don't even have to like completely strip up. You could just fucking lay like new asphalt over it, and it would make that big of a difference.
It's crazy. They're like, the government stops doing it. I guarantee there's going to be like 40 companies in Tacoma that just like pop up overnight. They're like, "Yep, we can fix this shit," and hey, we're doing it cheaper than the taxes you paid for.
Absolutely.
And it's like yes, companies and individuals and like crowdfunding, like all that stuff happens normally. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. It's amazing how much power people allow the government to have over them.
Dude, I'm just sucking down this beer because it's like, it's water.
It's absolute water, I know it. No, I'm with you, dude. It's just, people are like, oh, what's going to happen to our roads? What's fucking already happening to our roads?
Yeah,
what?
Like,
also,
it's
what
not
roads?
gonna get worse.
Yeah, it cannot get worse. So, like, we might as well stop paying for it, in my opinion. Also,
my drive to work is like 75% potholes.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly,
like that hill,
it's a rough hill to go down, and you want to go fast.
So fucking stupid.
Yeah, I know it. Another thing that they had brought up too in the initiative, or people's problem with it, was that like, oh, students and I forget the proper term for these people, but like the people that have their housing paid for by the government.
Yeah, like low-income housing.
Yeah, so like these people, like the students and these people aren't going to have their train tickets paid for. I'm like, good. Fucking pay for it your goddamn self, or figure out another way to get where you need to get.
That, like, it's crazy to me.
Such
it's
a
like,
bullshit.
To me, it's like, okay, why do I, as a separate individual, need to fund a group of people's outside of my own volition? Right? Like, I'm not choosing to do this. The government is forcing me to pay for these people to travel to somewhere else.
But they don't need to.
Whether they don't need to, whether it's for another job, whether it's for something, for a concert. Like, it could be for anything. Could be to go fucking murder people. I don't know.
I don't know.
Why am I being forced to fund that? Now,
especially students, right?
If someone said, hey, this person is in a really rough place.
Your computer's gonna explode.
Yeah, it's holding. this, hey, I have my buddy Nick here. He can't buy his train ticket anymore to go to school for, social work. And hey, will you give him $60 to pay for like the next 2 months of him and his train ticket? Then I'm like, yeah,
totally,
definitely,
right.
Like that, like. Because it's my choice.
Right.
Like, that's the fundamental aspect of it. It's like,
well, and there's
you're
like a
removing my own agency to pay for things that I like think are worthwhile.
Right. And there's like a clear agenda too, where it's like, this is who it is for. This is exactly how they're going to use it. Like, whereas this is like you said, they can use it for anything. Like, there's no like, oh, where are you going on the train today? It's like, these are for students. Hear me out. Include it in their fucking tuition. Well, and why am I paying for this?
Well, it's crazy though, because it's like, hey, Nick, just because you have a car, you have to pay for all of these
for everyone else who don't
have a car, just because you have a car.
Fuck you.
Irregardless of your financial situation and their financial situation, you just have a car.
Yeah, and that's my fault.
He's crazy.
It is an absolute joke. It really is, man. I know.
Like, man, I'm not trying to be unsympathetic, and that's why I give like the scenario of like,
yeah, I want to help people. I want to help people, but that's my.
I want to choose to do it.
Well, and not.
I don't want the government holding a gun to my head and saying I have to.
But again, and that's one of my biggest points too. Is like, I want to help people. The taxes that I'm paying on all this is not helping people.
No, that's the other thing too. Is it's not. It's just not. Like, really people say, like, oh, through the transfer of property, eventually it'll help people. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Do you see every year how all these people...
Tacoma's been working on this, like, 2-mile strip of I-5 for 30 fucking years. Don't tell me my money's actually going to be spent in a worthwhile manner to help people.
I don't know if it's people they're just naive out here, or if it's I'm jaded because I'm from Illinois, where it's full of... let me say this correctly. Where it's full of politicians that have been caught doing illegal things.
Yeah, government, straight up government corruption.
So, I'll let you in on a little secret. All of that's going on here too.
Yeah,
and it just hasn't come into the light yet.
And everywhere else.
Everywhere else. So, it shows across the board. All these people are raising all this money for themselves.
Newsflash, government fucking sucks.
It's fucking joke.
Well, the crazy,
at least the current state.
I mean, the crazy thing about it too is like the same people on Twitter will go and talk about certain politicians who didn't win and they'll be like, oh, we need to vote this person in because they're actually going after Amazon. Jeff Bezos and Amazon are corrupt. And I'm like, dude, Jeff Bezos and Amazon, okay, let's just assume they're corrupt. They're just as bad as the politician who you're voting in to be corrupt.
And you're giving them power and giving them money.
Like, dude,
you don't have to give Amazon money. That's your choice.
Yeah, you can have the opinion of both of those things should just fuck off. And like you said, you don't have to shop at Amazon.
Right, but once they're your representative,
but now you're forcing me to give money to your representative. Like, oh man.
Yeah, I know it.
All right, let's end this rant and talk about this beer.
Yeah, let's take it down some notches here.
And
I have a big old hair in this beer.
Maybe it'll make it better.
Maybe
that's a bit salty, but it's not a bad beer, honestly.
It's not a bad beer. I'm just.
We're fired up now. We're
honestly.
hot.
Well,
we're hot,
and it's a combination of like, I'm just disappointed in fresh hop beers this year.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
As a whole, we've had some good ones.
No, I mean, what I'm saying, I don't know. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying I don't know what it is.
No, I know.
I don't know if it was just, and we've talked about this before, and I just don't know if it's like the brewers are like just try to get on it too fast and think about it, try to oversell it.
I really want to talk to Keith about it and see what his thought on it because
like you said, he thought it was a great season.
Yes.
So
what's the deal?
Yeah.
What's the deal?
And does he drink fresh hop beers?
Yeah.
So like maybe I wonder if he's had a different experience as far as drinking beer is. Too,
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I mean, because there really isn't a lot of breweries out in the Yakima area. I mean, there's really like 3 or 4 big ones, I guess.
I was gonna say 2 or 3. So
I would say 3 is probably pushing it. Yeah,
Bale
Breaker and Single Hill are the 2 that come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's because then there's Yakima Craft Beer or whatever they're called, Yakima Craft Brewing Company, and then there's one other one, but it's like
that was the one I was thinking. It was Bale Breaker, and I was thinking like Yakima Brewery, but
Single Hill is out. I think is outdoing all those smaller ones now.
Once you said Single Hill, I'm like, okay, yeah, I remember. I don't think I've had a beer from them actually, but like I follow them or whatever. So
been there a couple times, and I always have a good time. It's a really cool place, and they've got some damn good beer that I think you'd enjoy. So maybe one day.
Orange.
I don't think we
next.
Hold on now.
It's clear.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me know if it's just my light because I think your light's very different. I moved the orange light over here to hopefully like balance out some of the lighting.
Smart.
Because I thoroughly enjoyed our lighting. I like it, but it's not perfect yet.
Well, like 3 weeks ago, you're like, ooh, this is interesting, and then like the last couple weeks, you've just been like, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I like the so what happens is I like the shadows going on with where the light is now.
Yes.
Compared to where it was.
Yeah.
Now it's just like kind of getting the right darkness in the shadows, and that's kind of why I moved this light here, is to maybe help bring it up just a little bit, just to like throw some.
Yeah, you want the contrast, but you don't want to not be able to see the dark sides.
Anyways, I feel like I see some maybe. I was gonna say I see some warm tones in the head. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all.
No, I don't think so. It's pretty white.
But
I get what you mean, and I've seen that before in years too in certain lightings. Where I'm like,
it's a liar.
What the fuck?
Yeah, orange, clear.
That's pretty fluffy.
It is. It's got a little pillowy, a little cottony.
I like that. It's nice.
I think that's one thing that makes it a little dry though.
In a bad way?
I don't know.
I was just wondering what you mean.
Maybe a little dry on the feel is all I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, I'd agree to that.
I think that's, I think this might be a bad thing because I think that kind of detracts from the crispness.
I agree
crisp,
with you.
like crisp isn't dry, right? Like
Correct.
the dryness ends the taste, but like
crisp leaves you refreshed.
Exactly.
Where dry, it's almost like longing to be quenched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is on the drier side.
It is on the dry side. Not to be mistaken for overly bitter by any means, because two separate things going on.
I'll let you hit us up with the smell.
The smell is so I got a couple things. I think it's like a yeasty smell is the smell that I'm really not liking here. And maybe I'm kind of saying
how I described it as perfumey.
Yeah, maybe. So I'm thinking yeasty.
I see the yeast too. I get both.
Yeah. So I'll throw perfumey in there because it does have like some of this almost like floral things going on. It also has a real strong Miller Lite smell.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting from the yeast.
Almost stale, if you will.
I think it's like all in that yeasty family. Like it's all a part. It's like a blend.
I understand. So I'm gonna say yeasty and throw in parentheses.
No, I like the Miller-y.
Yeah.
Adjective.
Miller Lite and then stale in parentheses.
Yeah, I'm good with that
because it's kind of all within that same vibe. But
I'm sticking to it. Leafy. Not a flower, but like there's you know you're walking through a forest and you got some leaves around you.
Yeah, I was gonna say fruity. However, I think that's a little.
And I think also on the other side of fruity, I think herbally is too much.
Yes. So where I think the medium is there between them both is like it's leafy and yeasty.
Yeah.
And I think that almost emulates a fruitiness or can emulate, an herbal sense, just kind of depending on how you look at it. But I really think that it's probably, we pinpointed it a little bit more precisely with both of those.
We're riding the fence here.
But I think we're spot on at the same time. So, moving on to taste, you can do that with that glass. I'm not saying it's going to be a good one, but I'm just saying you can do it.
First taste, watered down IPA.
Very much so.
It's like I mean, a lot of people think that's what pale ales are, and we've kind of talked about this. I think good pale ales, can stand out in their own right. Mm-hmm. I don't think this is one of them. Mm-hmm. I think of like the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, strong pale ale, knows its flavors. This one just tastes like took an IPA and watered it down.
Absolutely. So. It is hoppy.
It is.
It's got some hoppy notes going on.
Forefront is hop.
Yeah. It doesn't. I don't know how to pinpoint it because it's not. You're not getting like a very juicy or aromatic hop flavor going on here. It is very. I keep coming back to
throw this out there.
What?
Excuse me? Throw this out there. It's like it has very similar earthy tones as the Yakima Valley. It's not like the Yakima Valley. But Yakima Valley had this like very earthy hop feel to it that I think this kind of has.
I could see that. I was thinking, like, I keep going back to this like stale idea, and I think it also
stale.
I think it gets mirrored in the taste as well. And
it
goes with watered down IPA.
I think taste, the smell, and even the feel. Like on the feel, I put a bit flat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This can't be like that old, right? Experienced by January 1st, 20. Yeah, we're basically 2 months out. Like, it doesn't say when it's canned; it just says experienced by.
But again, it's a fresh hop beer, so it's like no later than September. It's like 2 months old at the
latest.
Yeah, but really, I think it's a little bit newer than that even.
It is. This was kind of end of season. So it's kind of surprising that they had the same earthy tones as Yakima Valley, but man,
I don't know. They don't. It says mosaic hops they used.
Yeah.
But
I mean, here's the thing for me too, especially on the bit flat note. They're like 2 seconds from Georgetown, who has got the carbonation down. Like, guys,
share the goddamn recipe, Jesus.
Guys, you can just like walk down the street and be like, "Yo, our beer's a bit flat," in Georgetown, and like, pump that bitch up.
Yeah, like for our sake, please share the goddamn recipe. I also, that's another thing I'd actually like to pick. Maybe he wouldn't know so much about that, but I'd like to pick Keith's brain about too. Is like, you know what the fuck they're doing? Because they just know carbonation.
Does he like Georgetown? Do you know?
He loves them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll visit the farm all the time.
They have got the feel of their beer.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
Even if it's not a good beer, right? It still feels good.
Still feels good.
Right? Like, I think the Lucille is one that we're both like, that's fine, but like,
I actually like it more than you.
Yeah, you like it more than me. So I'm not as sold on it, and I think it's partially because it's
You're like, why wouldn't I get a Bodie?
Why wouldn't I get a Bodie? Why wouldn't I just get a Manny's? Why wouldn't I just grab a Johnny Utah? Like, they just have some really solid beers, and so for me, the Lucille, like, flavor-wise, just isn't up to par with those. Still a good beer, don't get me wrong. I enjoy it.
Dude, Johnny Utah, another great, like, pale ale, stands on its own, not a watered-down IPA.
Perfect pale ale.
Yeah, it's great pale ale.
Yeah. I still always go back to the epitome of my perfect pale ale being the Fifth City.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Fifth City, another good option.
Fantastically, like, good, juicy flavor, like, nice and crisp, but it's not, like, overly bitter or overly sweet.
Yeah.
It's nice and, like, mid-level. So, yeah, so this one, I mean, kind of moving on. I don't really have anything left on taste, honestly.
I don't even have anything left on feel. We put dry, bit flat. That's kind of it for me.
Yeah,
like, I go to the adjective that I said earlier, like a bit cottony. I mean, that's where the dry, like, there's some texture to the dryness.
Yeah, the dryness. Yeah, so it really just makes you thirsty.
Yeah,
like
it does. I'm just like,
I want a beer after this.
I might even want a bottle of water.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna throw that out there, which is weird, but yeah.
Overall,
we talking rating?
Talking rating.
I know what I'm at, so if you want me to just go for it, then I'll go for it.
Go for it. I got mine.
I'm sitting at a 2.2 okay. It's not down into the alright territory. It's, I'm even tempted to go quite a bit lower. But I think there are some good flavors, and so I'm trying to let those kind of carry me forward a little bit, even though I would be pretty tempted to not let them, because it's very meh. But yeah, I'm just like, it's okay, I guess. Maybe it's okay.
No, I'm with you. So I was thinking, I'm right there with you. I'm 2.25. It's okay. Again, right in agreement with you that, like, I'm trying to, like, let those, like, moments in the beer that I do enjoy.
There are some good flavors.
There's some good flavors. There is a bitterness in there that complements the sweetness. Like, that's like a nice balance they have going on there. But
that exists for like so short.
It's pretty minute.
Your lifestyle of one
sip.
The
lifespan of
the lifespan of one sip, like the first like 10% kind of meh, and then there's like a 10% that's like really tasty.
Yeah,
and then like the rest of the 80% is just like an experience
of it
getting drier and drier and drier and drier, and then to like end where it's just like, God damn, I need something to drink.
Something to drink, right? Honestly,
and not in a good way. Like, some beers like make you thirsty in a good way.
Like, yeah, it just leaves you wanting more of that beer. Like, it's such a good flavor, but it leaves me thirsty. Like, I need to keep drinking this beer.
Yeah,
this is not one of those beers, personally. It's not, it's not bad. I I think, this isn't a beer that if someone handed to me, I'd be like, no, I'm not drinking this. Like, if someone handed me this beer, I would drink it, be like, oh, yes.
I would like
it's fine.
shotgun this beer.
Yeah, I'm like, next one. It's whatever. It's okay. I'll drink it. But, and I also think the problem too is like after having two, it's only getting worse. I think the first one I have enjoyed more. And it's probably just because my mouth is turning more and more into sand. But
cotton, dude.
Cotton.
It's a little, you know what I think? There's nothing to back this up on any of my experiences here. Maybe this resonates with you. But as far as leafy and cottony go, it's like stringy or maybe a little bit fibery. And I don't know where that's coming from, but it's on my mind a lot. And it's just, I don't know. Because it does not make any sense. But, here I am. It's another one of my crazy, outlandish visions in my head, I guess.
I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm normally right there with you. I'm always along for the journey, and I'm always here to hear you out. But this time is not saying you're wrong, but
Rogan guy.
It's not for me. I have a beer with you. It's not for me.
I do think it's pretty consistent though that like I have these strange analogies, and I think like I'm like 50-50 with you.
Well, probably more than that.
You think more than 50-50?
What much more?
With
honestly.
my strange analogy, like I'm my strange ones where I'm like, hear me out, Nick. I got a weird thing to throw out here.
Yeah. I would probably put it closer to 70.
Okay. That's pretty good. I was thinking like 50-50.
No, I put it at 70. Like I said, I think you with the. I don't know.
I see. I visualize a lot of the things that I taste.
So hear me out. You take me on a journey is what you do. You take me on a journey, and these are things that I don't particularly can put into words. And this is a problem that I have too, just with myself. Whereas like, I a lot of times will feel things just in general, and like I know how I'm feeling, and I can tell someone like this is how I'm feeling. But like every now and then, like I'll feel a way about something, but I can't put it into words as to why or what. And a lot of times with these beers, you can do that for me.
I like I have a vision. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like I have a mental picture of like
totally.
This is the feeling, and I'm like,
and that's amazing.
It's leafy, and I'm like maybe it's and cottony. I'm like maybe it's fibrous or stringy. I don't know what's setting those to my brain.
Well, and more often than not, I am totally on that train with you. That should be paid by the government.
You know what I think? I think the audience should let us know how you react to beers. Do you see pictures? Do you not see pictures? Do you agree with the beers that you've had with us on my crazy analogies?
Are you just trying to get drunk? I don't know.
Or yeah.
Yeah,
same.
I mean, I don't know why you drink beer.
Let us know in the comments on YouTube if you're an audio listener. Again, check us out on YouTube. You won't be mad. I didn't know where I was going with that. You won't be sad or mad that you watched some of the.
Could be glad.
We did some cool episodes. With like Willie Mays, check that one out. We did like a Letterkenny reference a couple weeks ago.
Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah.
Yeah.
We're starting to do some more video. If you're just not into the video podcast style, that's cool too. But we have some cool clips of doing stuff. So check us out there.
Yeah, it's something we want to take advantage of while we got it.
Other than that, let's wrap this up and
get
some
these beers. More beers.
Get a different beer instead of this. So, all right, bye.